With each passing day, Amina's resolve to defy her parents' expectations grew stronger. But so too did the hardships she faced, struggling to make ends meet on her own. She often went hungry, her stomach gnawing with hunger that she scavenged from scraps to sustain her through the long days and lonely nights. Desperate for a way out of her predicament, Amina set out in search of employment, hoping to find solace in the refuge of work. But despite her best efforts, she found no one willing to employ her, her pleas falling into deaf ears as she tragically through the bustling streets, her heart heavy with despair. With no other options left, Amina considered the unthinkable, returning home to the family that had mistreated her, the family that had driven her to the brink of desperation. It was bitter pill to swallow, but hunger gnawed at her resolve, leaving her with no choice but to swallow her plight and seek refuge in her familiar embrace in her childhood home. As she approached the doorstep of her family's house, her heart pounded with apprehension, her mind filled with doubts and fears. Would they welcome her back with open arms, or do they scorn her for her perceived failures, mocking her with cruel laughter? How would they react? She wondered as she entered the home. The door cracked open and Amira stepped inside, her eyes brimming with tears as she beheld the sight before her. There, in the dimly lit room, stood her mother and her sister, their faces twisted with amusement as they took in her haggard appearance. She was dirty, she had not taken shower for a long time.
Well, 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 look who came crowding back.
Her sister sneered with her voice dripping with disdain.
Amina the failure, back to another round of humiliation, I see.
Her mother chuckled cruelly, her eyes aligned with mockery. You thought you could make it on your own, didn't you? She jeered. But look at you now, hungry, defeated, a shadow at your former self. Amina's heart sank at their words, the weight of their scorn crushing her spirit with every passing moment. She had hoped for understanding and compassion, for the chance to start anew. But instead, she found only ridicule and contempt. Her dreams shattered against the harsh reality of her family's indifference. Regret crowded at her soul as she stood before them, her resolve crumbling like sand between her fingers. She had come back seeking refuge, seeking solace, seeking the comfort of home, but all she found was a bitter reminder of the pain and suffering that awaited her at every turn. And as she turned to leave, her footsteps heavy with sorrow, Amina couldn't help but wonder. Had she made a mistake in coming back? Had she been wrong to hope for a second chance for forgiveness, for love? Only time would tell. But for now, all she could do was to carry on. Her spirit bruised but unbroken, her dreams still burning bright in the darkness of her despair. Amina loitered through the streets, tears streaming down her cheeks. She felt a sense of desolation wash over her. She didn't know where she was going or the future held for her, but deep down she clung to the glimmer of hope that somehow, someway, everything would be okay. For months, Amina endured hardships and suffering, her spirit tested by the trials of life. But amidst the darkness, the ray of light pierced through the clouds, illuminating her path with newfound purpose and determination. One day as she wandered through the bustling marketplace, Amina stumbled upon a basket-making shop. its shelf lined with intricate woven creations of all shapes and all sizes. Inspired by her own talent and passion for crafting, she seized the opportunity to turn her skill into a livelihood. With each passing day, Amina poured her heart and soul in seeking her into her work, weaving together strands of hope and resilience to create beauty from threads of adversity. And to her delight, the people of the village took notice, flocking into her shop to admire her hard work and place orders for their own custom-made baskets. But it didn't stop there. Word of Amina's talent spread like wildfire, attracting the attention of aspiring artisans eager to learn the expertise. Soon, she found herself intruded and requested for lessons, her shop bustling with eager students, eager to unlock the secrets of their craft. With each basket she wove and each lesson she taught, Amina's confidence grew, her dreams of a better future which reached. And when the time came, she seized the opportunity to invest in herself, purchasing land and building her own house, a testament to the resilience and determination to crave out for a better life for herself. Meanwhile, on the other side of the village, Amina's parents found themselves facing financial ruin. Their reckless spending and extravagant lifestyle had finally caught up with them, leaving them drowning in the debt and on a brink of bankruptcy. Desperate for a lifeline, they turned to the only one person they had always underestimated, Amina. Hearing whispers of her success, they swallowed their pride and made their way to her doorstep, hoping against hope, and that she would save them from their dire circumstances. But as they stood before her, their faces etched with desperation, Amina couldn't help but feel a pang of bitterness in her heart. After neglect and mistreatment, they had actually come crowding back, expecting her to bail them out of their mess they had created.